Hello to you all, and welcome to Pyramid Energy. If you're new to this space, you're so welcome here. And if you're returning, thank you and welcome back. I've come on today to transmute this difficult energy in the air. It's not just in the air, it's also the reality and the result of a shifting reality. Some of the things that have been left dormant, some things that have been left too long are moving, and these moments can be very jarring. I know I'm not the only one, and so I've come here to share this. Before I begin, I want to express how much I would like for anyone who engages with these readings and channeled messages to use their discernment. Not because I'm sharing BS with you, not because of that, but because I do not have the full context of each of your situations. I have my own, but you need to use your discretion regarding serious matters that you are facing. In the end, these land with you. They don't land with any reader on YouTube. As a healer, I will always do my best to ensure that I'm channeling clearly. And I know that you appreciate that, and I appreciate your appreciation. But I really need you to use your discernment, please. I'm not a medical professional. I'm not a mental health professional. And I'm definitely not a professional of life. We're all out here figuring it out together. And what is on offer is my open channel, which is a gift. It's a gift to me. It's a gift to you. Just as much as you're a gift to me. Because the energy is shared, and I don't know whether everyone is always sharing the same energy. We are sharing the same energy. However, the lens with which I share that energy might have a different tint on your end. So please use your discernment. And I'm only saying this because I care about you. And this is becoming increasingly important because the content lately has definitely been about shifting reality. This is something that has been taught for a very long time. In theory, principles around what pyramid energy is, not the channel, the actual concept of pyramid energy, what manifestation is, what shifting your reality actually is. But I very much know that it's real and it's beginning to manifest in reality. And so this is moving away from in theory and in principle to in reality. And so that means things will shift within your reality. I wouldn't be talking about all of this, honestly, if I didn't believe in a fully integrated life. That means a well-cultivated, healthy, spiritual world. But that also means a well-cultivated and healthy physical, material environment. I don't think that we are in balance until these things leave us feeling balanced inside. Naturally, we need to start inside, but we've reached the point as a collective where there are at least enough of us that believe in this to actually begin to shift the physical reality. There are major benefits to this, but there are also risks that arise with this. By that, I'm referring to the doubt that can arise, the complacency that can arise. This is what I want to just mention. The complacency that can arise that becomes very difficult to sort of balance and work through in terms of where do you actually need to take action to change something? Because we definitely do believe in receiving. We believe in attracting. We believe in the right things coming in that are at the right vibration, a vibration that matches ours. We believe in all of those things. However, again, just like balancing masculine and feminine, this is more the feminine side. Receiving this information is the more feminine side. There is a masculine side of it that goes beyond this sense of protection and this sense of safety and all of that. The side that does need to take action. I have 555 on the clock as I laid out the first card. I'm using a different deck. This it doesn't even have a box. I can't tell you what it's called, but I felt like we needed a shift in sort of the visual energy here. The first card I have is the Magician. It's the second time I get it today. And it's very much speaking about the shifts that are happening and the shifts that have been manifested, and also the shifts that are in the process of being manifested. I've pulled a card on the left. It's the 5 of Cups, and I've put this here to represent what is manifesting in a masculine sense. And this card is a card of disappointment. It's a card of the things that you have not wanted to look at, the things that are scary to look at. You see, if you look at the way he's facing the direction of the 3 cups that have spilt, and they have blood coming out of the cups. Okay, so we're talking about matters of stability, things that have hurt you, things that have not gone the way you had planned. Your perspective is facing in that direction, which the card is also saying behind him, there are 2 cups that are standing. They're empty, which tells me that they have opportunity. Okay. And them being 2 means they have an opportunity of something you really do desire. This is taking me to 2 of Cups. The challenge is that because of the 3 cups and the result of those 3 cups, there is a fear and a reluctance to turn around and look at what those 2 cups have to offer, because 5 represents change. And so there is still a fear of change taking place here, a fear of the more difficult aspects of change. I've pulled a card for the right side to ask about what is manifesting from a feminine perspective, and I have the 9 of Cups. This is a card of building that sense of independence through cultivation of the things that will grow you and build you, okay? These are the things we look at when we consider, the kinds of things where, is this selfish? Those kinds of questions, but things that are actually going to be good for you. And so this is what this moment in your reality, what it's trying to show you, the opportunity it's bringing up is the opportunity to gain more of your own independence. This is independence of thought. This is independence of action. This is exercising various rights of yours, things that you are entitled to, things yet that you have doubted your entitlement around. That's what we're talking about. I've pulled a card at the top. It's the Devil. And the position of this card, as I've intended it, is to tell us what is on the top of your mind. What is taking place right now in light of this manifestation? And this card is representing everything that I was feeling when I opened this container. This is doubt. This is fear. This is feelings of abandonment, and this is feelings of shame. These have somehow crept into your space. The shifts in your reality that are taking place, that are trying to grow you, have seeped into the front of your mind. Okay? Do you also see how this star, this pentacle, it's actually depicted the way I'm seeing it upside down to how a pentacle is usually placed? And it's got 5 on it. It's got 5 points, which is taking me back to the change. So this is confirming these shifts that are taking place. Okay. And it being upside down is also really bringing up this sense of shame that you're dealing with. Things that you really wish you didn't have to deal with. And this is reality. Underneath, representing, let's call it subconscious. That space, not too subconscious though. It feels like these are the things you're contemplating beneath. I've got the 4 of Wands. And what I'm seeing initially, this card says, okay, it says, I just want to be happy. I want things to come together. I want those things that were promised to me to arrive already, okay? I've got that. But beyond that, the actual card, these 4 wands are taking me back to, we've had lots of 5s here, and the 9 of cups on the right. If you remove 5 from the 9, that's 4. And so the number 4 was already popping up for me. And these 4 ones here are telling me that there are 4 things that are coming up for transformation. Not so much 4 things. This thing that you're contemplating, 4 of cups being like the very meditation sort of card, and the 4 of cups can also be a card of disappointment. And so this is more around these areas of your life that represent the more disappointing things. They're coming up to be transformed. Okay. This card with this castle, this sand castle, is really talking to me about dreams, but the way that your dreams are being depicted to you right now in this moment of doubt, okay, where all these demons are coming up. It's as if you feel like your dreams may be deceiving you. That's how it feels. It feels like you're wondering whether you've built a castle in the sand. But something else that's coming up for me in this 9 of Cups card, do you see how his shirt has got this, whether we want to call it a lace, that's tying the shirt together, that's on his chest. This sort of weaving in and out, this crisscross, is sort of reminding me of Kundalini energy, which is taking me to transformation. But more than that, it's as if this way that it's tying his shirt together on his chest is like, these are things you keep close to your chest. These are things you're trying to keep together. Okay, so this is something that you've been trying to hold it together about for a very long time. I've now filled out this grid. I've placed 4 cards at each corner of it. The top line is telling me that it's now time to start dealing with these things that have caused you grief for a long time. These things that then arise, that have been left dormant, that arise and they come with all the doubt. So these things are covered in doubt. There's so much I'm getting right now. It feels like the way in which they've been allowed to continue to exist for so long is because they are covered in doubt. And so they creep in and gain strength because of the doubt that they're covered in. These are things that are ready to start moving. Okay. I've got another 9 here. I've got another 9. The bottom line is you don't have to know what the final decision is. You don't have to understand the outcome. You don't. Not according to the spread. This Judgment card in reverse suggests that the outcome, the final result, is currently hidden. Okay, but with the Communication card, communication being movement, communication, 8 of Wands, on the masculine side, with this Judgment in reverse, it's this communication and the acceptance of the fact that these things are ready to begin to be transformed, to be brought to the surface, to not be hidden from. They are ready for movement. And on the right side, the feminine side, the grief and the King of Cups, these cards are telling me that as long as your action and your voice and your decision on what you're communicating, okay, so it could be a poke. By a poke, I mean, get the ball rolling, start the conversation. So that's what it's saying. It's saying as long as those things are aligned with the right thing. Okay, what is the right thing to do? What are you entitled to here? And not from a combative perspective. I'm talking about, the balance. Let's say you're up against something or someone. Either there's something they have that you want, or there's something that you have that they want, or as you're weighing this thing up, they're saying, you know what is right. They're saying start with those things. The things that are aligned with the greater good. Start with those things. Those are the most important. Those are the things that need to be set right, or given the opportunity to start to shift so that they can be set right, because they are sitting in a very stagnant space. And even if I look at the bottom row as representing sort of this subconscious space, this contemplation space, I can see that the decision, the Judgment in reverse and King of Cups with the 4 of Wands, this is telling me that this is an uncertain space that you're looking at. Don't focus on the uncertainty. Focus on what you can do, being the right thing. So, for example, it's like casting a vote. It feels like casting a vote. It feels like you have abstained from voting for some time, and now you need to vote, and you're going to vote for the right thing. Whether that thing is only right for you, that's actually irrelevant. It could be a case where the thing is what's right for the other person. It's not really about who it's right for. It's more about the right thing, the greater good, to bring things more into balance. They need assistance. As I said that, I saw 18, 18 and 70. And so though that's 70, the 18 represents the moon. And so they're saying that this is the time that these things were meant to come up. This is speaking to me about completion through divine timing. Even though you cannot see the outcome, even though you cannot see how things are going to pan out, they're saying this is the window that's been opened. These things are moving and have come up for your voice, for your action, even though you cannot see the outcome. And so I suppose I'm expressing this, I'm here to provide a form of clarity and a form of hope so that you don't feel like these things belong hidden in your chest, in your heart. They're coming up for release. 19, 19 and 83. I had that on the clock. 19 is the color of this, is the card of the sun. And so this is also about your wish fulfillment. This is about realizing the life that you want to realize, and creating balance still without interrupting momentum. This is bringing forward the idea of choice through action. That's what it's bringing up. And I believe that, it's interesting how the moon and the sun follow each other in the major arcana, because it's literally, they somewhat represent opposites. It's like the feminine and the masculine, and it's what you cannot see, but then there's this sort of imminent, ultimate fulfillment that follows. It's like the promise that comes through that you can feel. You can feel the warmth of the sun, even though you're sitting in the moon. You're still in the moon's energy. You can feel the warmth of the sun, and it's time to sort of unlock that door. I'm seeing us here assisting this, almost like the revelation of your plans. I'm looking at the major arcana, and I'm seeing 18 the moon, and I'm seeing 19 the sun, and I'm seeing 20 judgment, which is here in the cards, and I'm seeing the world, number 21. I see us headed towards this closure and this end of a cycle, but through your gentle assistance. I often say, when you don't know what to do, do nothing, which is a very reliable nugget of wisdom. I can say that. It is reliable. But what this reading is bringing up, and I've got the Page of Cups underneath the deck, followed by the Ten of Cups underneath the deck, and the Tower underneath the deck. They're just all lying out in front of me, okay? I've also got the Knight of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, I've got so much. I hope they all fit on the screen. But these are things, these gentle actions, these gentle interventions that are available to you. These are things that you do know now. You sat on this long enough to know that this is the right thing to do now. Okay? You will know whether this message is for you. This aspect of your available action is very clear. It's very clear. Page of Cups, Ten of Cups, the Tower, Knight of Swords, Ace of Pentacles is saying this Page of Cups is like, this is the little you can do towards this completion and this ultimate fulfillment that you are after. The result of it is going to shift something significant. That's what they're saying. It's going to clarify something around your perspective. There is a way that you've been seeing things and the situation that you're dealing with that you were that was blinded from it was in the blind spot. It was blinded from your perspective. It's almost like beyond the blinkers, there's so much more. That's what this Tower is saying to me. And followed by the Knight of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles, it's saying that it's going to this action, this gentle action. I'm saying it's gentle because it's the right thing to do. Okay? And you're entitled to ask the questions, and you're entitled to take the action. You're entitled to make the move. Okay? The Knight of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles are saying that this action is going to reveal some truth that is going to be of value to you. Value to you in terms of what to do next. I feel like we're playing a board game where, you're unlocking a stage or whatever it is, or a game, whatever game. What transpires afterwards is going to reveal some information that is of value to you. They're also telling me to say to you that this reading is actually going to apply to various areas of your life. They're speaking to me about spiritually, materially, financially, physically. There are a number of things playing out right now, and also the reason why you feel so shaken. Okay? This is a shaking. This is earth being transformed through fire. Okay? And you have been through a fire. This stuff that is bringing doubt into your space. Okay? The doubt is loud, but it's because the transformation is big. That's what I'm being told here. I can feel you going through a very scary time. It is scary. They're saying to lean on the things that you know about the principles of how transformation takes place. There are principles that you have learned. This is what we call truth. Okay? A principle is something that is rooted in truth. As in, if you take action aligned with the greater good, you will never have been wrong to do that. You will never have been wrong to do that. And the more you support the greater good, the more the greater good can support you. This is not a time to fear outcomes and change. There is always a light side and a dark side. There is always the yin and the yang. There is always the things you will receive that also require you to do something in order to be able to receive them. They're saying, do not fear the outcome. You don't know what the outcome's going to be. But this is your confirmation that you can take action. I am going to be closing this reading. I have a Rumi Oracle card that I want to pull. But before I do that, I want to let you know about a membership that I am starting on the channel, which you are welcome to join. This is going to be a space for me to share, possibly at times more vulnerably, more content on behind the scenes of what perhaps I am dealing with, not necessarily overshare on my personal life. I don't mean that. I'm referring to behind the channeled messages, behind the collective readings. This is also going to be a place where I will have the opportunity to share excess content that doesn't make it onto the channel. I've been channeling a lot more lately. I've had more energy. I've got more energy to share. I don't want to hold it back. And I have been reluctant to continue to share, let's say, 2 readings at once, because we all have different appetites for integration. And sometimes I sit on a reading and say, I'm going to post it the next day, but then the next day I have something else to post. Okay, so this is excess energy that I need to do something with. I'll say, for many reasons, this is the balance I've been called to bring to the channel. I've also felt called, in terms of this space, membership space, to open it up towards welcoming your input in terms of, topics you'd like me to read on. It's a place to invite your input. It's unfolding as I'm sharing. I've pulled the card Arise, number 13. The coloring of the card is very much speaking to me around the crown chakra, and there are areas of red here, and obviously this light, which looks like an angel. The red is speaking to me a lot about the bloodshed at this time. I'm speaking about bloodshed symbolically, and the crown chakra energy is speaking to me around ideas of faith. And so this is very much to reinforce your faith in your dreams and your plans. I'm going to read the whole message. It says, wings of hope languish from lack of use. When wings dissipate and weaken, life begins to lose its value. Every cell in your body is created to rise to challenges. Your life is meant to confront everything that holds you captive. Don't sit at the bottom of the well, not caring about salvation. Listen to the voice within calling you. Reach for eminence beyond your own maturity. Rumi. I don't know if you can hear in the background, the builders are making quite a noise, a racket, and I almost edited it out, but I thought, let me just bring this in, because for a number of past readings, I've mentioned that we're building a wall, a boundary wall, and I've been watching the energy and the messages of the building of the wall, and the energy that the energy speaking to me. Each day they do something different with this wall, and there are stages of building a wall. I'd like for you to sit with that symbolism and consider what it might mean in your life, this stage of your life. Because even though it's annoying to have to build a wall, and to have your work or the stuff that you're doing interrupted by loud noises, it's obviously a necessary part of building a wall. And I think the symbolism sounds So basic. But I've been watching them building this wall and how it has played out in terms of my routine and my life. And I have received some valuable insight from the building of that wall. I'm going back to the card. It says, I dance before you in sacred spectacle, hoping to garner your attention. Look at me. I cry to your ailing spirit and despondent flesh. Look at me. If you were to look up, you would see that I am a mirror of your own being, your light, your heart, your spirit, your all. Yes, there is pain. Yes, there is a letting go taking place, and you are frightened and uncertain sometimes. But you make this seem something that it does not. It means that you are to turn your head away from what is dying. Do this gently but firmly. Turn your head towards what is living. Look at me. I will show you truth, and you shall laugh your deepest belly laughter with so much glee, sharing in my secret that the only force at work in your life is unconditionally loving divinity. I see in you a divine wild child and sacred heart. You have gumption, chutzpah, guts. You dare to love where others only see pain. You dare to believe that everything will somehow work out where others see only what they judge to be wrong. You see love where others ply fear. You seek freedom where the world still buys into manipulation and propaganda. Don't lose heart, beloved wild child. Dare to believe. You are right to do so. It is the divine rebel in you that refuses to surrender hope. Give up the fight, perhaps, the battle that comes from a place of fear, but never give up your hope. That hope in your heart, that optimism and patience for growth into love creates a light within you that helps the world see through darkness. It becomes a candle that shimmers contentedly upon the windowsill of your heart temple. There it is, more obvious even in darkness. The stars do appear to shine brighter at night, beloved, but don't become consumed by your nightmares. They will pass with the coming dawn. You'll see. Don't give them too much stock. Instead, put your attention towards that defined candle of hope that burns, as is its nature and purpose within you. Can you sense its warmth, even in the presence of cold fear? Ah, it shall warm you now. And if not, then I come to remind you, you are a blazing angel. You are filled with holy fire, and you shall prevail. Oh, the joy of you, the expanse of you. You fill my own heart with your magnificent essence. I see and know the great beloved in you. There the great beloved is, looking out at me from beyond your eyes. I see the candlelight of your heart temple flicker within your gaze. That is what the candle of hope honors, the workings of the great beloved, so creative and crazed with love for you that all circumstances of your life, down to the tiniest detail, are evoked out of love. Love out of passionate desire takes you from despair into hope, from holding on to letting go, from turning away to opening up. So the great beloved takes you across the moonlit ocean into the temple of the cosmic heart. Here, an eternal flame burns bright with hope, igniting the light within the hearts of all of humanity. You are being asked to trust, to gently lay to rest the suffering that has been, perhaps because of what you have labeled as the failure, the doubt, the losses, and setbacks. They are so little in the greater scheme of you. Put them aside. Allow them to rot and become fertilizer for life. But do not try to keep them alive beyond their earthly expiry date, lest you become tainted or poisoned by the rot. Let them go, and instead focus on what is alive now. Can you sense that before you is a great being of light, a greater pathway opening up? This is truth, blazing angel. This is truth. Take the step. So easy is it when the light of the heart is felt within, reminding you of your own divine nature. The world is here for you to experience so that you may realize divinity in its majesty, mystery, and love, more so than ever. All serves that sacred purpose, so embrace it. Find your faith. Be at peace. Know that no matter what appears to be, all is well. You are so loved. It cannot even begin to be translated sufficiently into words, but it can be transmitted from my heart to yours, just as the sun catches dried tinder and sets it aflame. This oracle comes with a message for you. Arise. You have been downtrodden for long enough now. Perhaps you have been feeling defeated, put upon, underestimated, or walked over in mind, body, or spirit by others or your own doubts and fears. Enough now. You are liberated through the hope in your heart, the defiant optimism that buoys your spirit and demands that you shall have your dawn. You shall rise like the sun and begin anew now. Step up. It is your time. That message was perfect. I'm grateful for this Rumi Oracle deck because sometimes it just wraps things up in a way that feels like a cup of hot chocolate on a very cold and lonely night. I'm also so grateful for all of you. Words cannot express that enough. Sending you all so much love.